Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review for Love After Lockup. So, y'all, the intentions with Love After Lockup was to do two together, but as I was taking my notes for this episode, I said, I got a lot to say about this episode. Was it even a good episode, or was it just a triggering episode, an annoying episode? I really couldn't figure it out. But I'm like, yeah, I got a lot to say about this episode. I guess because people are just really being dumb. You know what I mean? Really being dumb this episode. Y'all, it's not Halloween yet, but I got on a Halloween hoodie costume. My baby was Bingo for chili. Bingo from Bluey. And so I got my husband and I these Chili and Bandit, which is the mom and the dad from Bluey, got these little hoodies. We went to a little community event and of course we won, best costume or whatever. So yes, let's get into this review, y'all. Also, these super pink lips I got popping. I just grabbed the closest thing to me because I got like my extra makeup bag back here. And I just grabbed the closest thing because I didn't feel like going to get the more. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with the pink of this lip liner. We're going to see if I end up just wiping it off and grabbing another lipstick at that bag. But anyway, that ain't what y'all came here for. But if I keep like, y'all see me doing this? I'm trying to see if this lip gloss is annoying me real bad. Just so y'all know. Now let's get into the review. Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 43, Ring and Run. Y'all, let's start off with the extremely immature and annoying Bianca and, her victim Daniel. So Daniel's parents, they want to spend some one-on-one time with him because they're from out of town as well. I said, dang, so it be tripping me out when people be getting sent to prisons that is way, way away from where they actually live or where they actually did the crime. I'm like, how does that work? What determines what jail you get sent to? And, that just always confused me. But yeah, his parents want to spend some one-on-one time with him, so they take him shopping while they're in town. The mom says she likes Bianca a lot, but she's worried about the drinking. And I'm like, you don't really like that girl. You don't like that girl. While shopping, he tells his mom that him and Bianca, like this, with no protection. And basically, how she said that she ain't gonna take no plan B, even though that's what they said. I'm like, dang. You and your mama that close for you to be telling about, Bless you. Why they back here? I don't know. But yes, telling his mama about how she want to trap him, basically. He wants to buy a ring. I said, buy a ring? For what? So they looking at the little rings in the case, y'all. I said, what? For one, it looked like they was at like Goodwill or something like that. So the rings weren't expensive. But the rings couldn't have been that expensive, y'all, because when they said the grand total was $70, I said, well, how much was the ring? I get that it's a thrift store, but the mama did put the ring that he picked out back. She put that back, and she got like a little band like, oh, yes, this is beautiful. This would be great. This would be great for her. I said, hey, she the one paying for it. It is what it is. You want a ring for the girl? Here's this $17.99. You want it? You want it or no? So meanwhile, they left Bianca with the cousin, Daniel's cousin, that's about the same age as her. I was like, ooh, how's this gonna go, y'all? How is this gonna go? She's like, can we go to a restaurant? I want to go to a restaurant. Basically a bar. They get there, they sit at the bar. They don't even get a table. I said, y'all know y'all. I know y'all hear. They must be using the bathroom and she just keep wandering this way. They sit straight at the bar. They don't even go. Do they even have food? I don't don't think they even ordered food, and this is my first time realizing that, y'all. They go straight to the bar. She orders alcohol, and she's like, well, what they don't know won't hurt them. So he goes ahead and orders some alcohol too. She makes a little joke about being a bad influence. They talking about how they got to make sure that they're done drinking before Daniel and his parents get to where they are. She then says that, oh, I like his mom, but I feel like he's a mama's boy, and that's gross. I just think that's so gross that he's a mama's boy. I'm like, I hate her. She is telling the cousin everything. She's telling him how she was mad at Daniel because, even though he cooked her breakfast and he woke up and, he started acting as the slave that she wants him to be, he would not pour the coffee. And it's like, excuse me, you're not going to make my coffee? Like, I don't understand why Daniel won't pour my coffee, because I've done so much for him. Like, I've spent so much money. I spent $10,000 to come out here to move to Arizona where it's dry heat and I don't have my friends, I don't have my family, and I just feel like you just really have to be my slave until you can pay me back, Daniel. And I want a baby. So you have to get a job like right now because I'm not taking plan B. Yeah, I let you shoot the club up. And we agreed that I would take the plan B the next day, but I'm having baby fever, so I'm not going to do it, even though I'm going to go drink myself into oblivion, which, hey, girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do, She's so annoying. She also tells the cousin that she is not enjoying the sex. The sex is just, he just wants to like stick it in. There's like no foreplay. The cousin in the outside talking to the camera's like, I mean, I can't really help them there because I'm the same way. I don't really do no foreplay either. I just want to stick it in. The cousin is just like, okay, but what y'all gonna do? She's like, oh no, I want a baby. She tells him the story about how she wants to trap him. And he says like, oh, so you want to trap him? And she's like, no. And he's just like, so you want to trap him? Well, it's my body, my choice. I don't have to take the pill if I don't want to. And he's like, he doesn't even have a job. Like, what are y'all gonna do? She's like, he's got 9 months. He's got 9 months to get a job. Babies take a while before they get here. And he's like, stuff costs money, like appointments and stuff. You gonna need money before the baby get here. I got money. You got money? I got money. The cousin just full blown having this conversation with her. I'm like, both of them is drunk at this point. Now she's like, I want a green tea shot. So they order green tea shots, and she says, well, I mean, maybe I do have an alcohol problem. Yes, girl, you do. You do have an alcohol problem. And of course, in walks Daniel and his family while she's over here slurring drunk. I said, dang, she just can't even really get her words out. She's just like, oh, don't put me on the spot. They're all mad at Bianca for drinking because he's like, the stepdad is like, I told her water only and da-da-da-da-da. The cousin feels bad, but he basically insinuated that she's a bad influence. She ordered a drink, so I ordered a drink. Hey. She says that she does not feel bad and she doesn't understand why it's a problem. Ma'am, it's a problem because he doesn't need to start back drinking alcohol. So if you're exposing him to alcohol, you can send him back down the spiral that could send him back to jail. And for what? Because you want to be a young drunk, but you want to be with somebody who you can trauma bond with about drunk driving, and the man is like 10 years older than you. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. But she thinks she's just on an adventure. I said, an adventure. Okay, girl. All right. So he says that he's triggered. He's like, so now I'm triggered and I want a shot. How do you feel about that? She said, well, take a shot. Baby. His daddy was standing next to her. He looked like he wanted to backhand that girl across the room. Daniel daddy wanted to backhand that girl across the room. And his mom is just like staring off into space like, Jesus, give me the strength to not choke this girl out. Jesus, give me the strength. That's how his mama looking. Because this girl is so immature. Like, why you gonna say that in front of his parents? He said, I was just trying to see how supportive you were going to be, and you failed. She said, I didn't fail anything. That's your own problem. You have to deal with that. I said, baby, you actually failed at everything, Bianca. Please, please go back to wherever it is that you came from. He is over it. He said he don't want to do this no more. He can't do it. I'm really hoping that that was him breaking up with her, but we see that it's not. I just really want him to go home to his parents. I really want him to go where it's safe. But no, he's not going to go home. He's not going to break up. He asked to talk to her outside alone. She is trying to make him kiss her. And he's like, no, I don't want to kiss you. I'm not trying to taste the alcohol on your mouth. That's a trigger. She is constantly trying to make this man kiss her. I said, that would have been it for me right there. That really been it. The inside where she said, well, take a shot. And then you're trying to force me to kiss you simply so I can taste the alcohol on your mouth. Baby, it would have been a wrap for me. So they're about to go home. She's trying to drive home, but the mama's like, oh, no, girl. I'm going to drive you home. The mama is really confused that she would be this careless since she already almost died in a car accident. So the mama is just like, I know that mama want to pack Daniel up and drive him back wherever they're going. But he can't even go nowhere if he would, because he's on parole. He had to ask permission to stay at the apartment down the street with Bianca in the same place that he's paroled to. So they couldn't take him home even if he would go. So they get home. She trying to open the door, but her drunk self can't even get the door unlocked. They get inside. She is very unapologetic. She don't care about nothing. She is just F your sobriety. She's being mean. She's just being ridiculous, immature, and mean. And I'm like, boy, I know you don't want to go back to the halfway house, but whew. Whew. So that was them. Next, let's just do Melissa and Louie. They ain't had too much going on. Louie is looking for a 2-carat ring because that's what Melissa wants, you guys. That already annoyed me from jump, because it's like, are y'all, I feel like if you spending that much on a ring when you don't own the home you live in, and both of y'all not like at a certain place financially, like he fresh out of jail, it's a lot of stuff he could be paying on. Do he has restitution that he needs to pay? Do he what he needs? It's his affairs taken care of. He about to spend $10,000 to $12,000 on the ring. The jeweler straight up tells him that he's gonna have to up his budget to about $20,000 plus, or he's gonna have to go under 2 carats. Louis is like, oh, I need to go outside. I need some air. They're like, oh, he's getting cold feet. I think he's getting cold feet. And I'm like, no, he's getting empty pockets. Like, he's here to buy the ring. He's worried about how much it's about to cost. So he said he wants to go with his gut, which is saying, no, we ain't spending that much. But his friends, surprisingly, they're just like, dude, you gotta do it, man. You only do this once. And I'm just like, oh, go for it, man. Go for it. I'm like, oh, okay. We don't see that often. We don't see the guy's friend like, yeah, dude, marry her. Like, this what you finna do. But they probably feeling like, dude, spend $12,000 on you. She probably gonna spend twice as much as she already spent. She spent that much on your teeth, bro. She spent more than that. She spent like 2 times that on your teeth. Spend that money. It's a good investment. He goes in. He telling the guy he ain't really trying to spend that much, but she deserves it. He don't want no lab-grown diamonds because she gonna be able to spot that it's fake. I said, Louis, it's not fake. It's just lab-grown. Y'all consider lab-grown diamonds fake? Do they cost fake? I don't know. My ring is I aquamarine. It's not clean right now. I have to clean it. My supervisor so be stay on me about my ring being dusty from soap residue, barbecue sauce residue. But my ring is a aquamarine. So I don't know what diamonds cost because I don't have a big diamond. I've got the little around the fingers, little diamond crystals, but my main stone is not a diamond. So I don't know what the price difference is with lab grown versus, blood diamonds, but Louis wasn't going because Melissa is worth it. I said, boy, please. He goes in there and he spends $18,000 on a ring. The jeweler said, I took it from this much to this much. I said, well, how much was the ring to start with? If $18,000 is this much of what the initial was this much, like, what is happening? But people be feeling like that. People be feeling like they have to spend like so much money on a ring. Not the first one. Not the first one. 10-year maybe. I want a ring every few years. I want a ring every 5 years. That's my thought process. I just want, which wedding ring am I going? Well, today type vibes. That's what I want to be on. But $20,000 on a ring, you fresh out of jail like a year ago. Which kind of car are you driving? Where do y'all live? Do y'all own a place? You finna spend $20,000 on a ring. That annoyed me so bad. I can't wait to hear what Donna is gonna say about this. Next, let's just go and get Kim and Joey out the way. Joey is constantly pressing Kim to check her email about the DNA results, but it's gonna be about 2 weeks. She said she is trying to buy a house. I said, I'm glad she didn't say we, because clearly Joey ain't got no money. He be out here running your card up and you be out here letting him. But what he does have is opinions. They're out there viewing houses and he tells her that, oh, well, I don't like this wood stuff. I don't like this wood paneling on the wall. And then one house that they was going to see, baby, it was rats in the sink. Dead rats in the sink. I said, fire your realtor. Fire your realtor, because if they brought you up in a place with rats in the sink, it's giving trailer park trash. And Kim, you giving white trash, but not trailer park trash. So don't let them play in your face like that. Why are y'all even moving? Do they have to move? Is this a case where it was with Eris and Cameron, where like your HOA is like, ooh, you got a felon over there, bye, you can't live here anymore? Or are they just moving to move? Because what is going on? So Joey goes to a job interview because he said Kim has been pressuring him and they are trying to buy a house. I said, okay, look at you trying to be a little bit responsible. He lets them know straight up that, I just got out of jail. I was in jail for da-da-da-da. Told him his charges. This is for HVAC. He tells the guy that he doesn't have experience, but he did get certified in HVAC stuff while he was in jail. The guy was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to let you know now. We do a background check. Ooh, bam, bam, bam. Here are my charges. But I'm out and I'm trying to change. I get what the guy was saying, because he was like, I'm just going to let you know, prepare yourself for rejection because we probably won't hire you. But there might be another job that we can hire you for. And I get it, because with being HVAC and everything, you're going to be going into people's houses. They got to be able to trust you. They can't think that you're going to be in there stealing people's stuff because you're back on drugs and you need to fix. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. All right, y'all. Let's warm it up with Justine and Michael, and then we'll get there with Zaria retarded self. We're not supposed to say that word no more. I didn't say that, y'all. I didn't say that. Don't cancel me. Justine and Michael. Justine is just sitting here looking crazy and confused. Michael admits that, him blowing up is a culmination of everything, not just kids. He is sad and feels down about having to put his music on the back burner to work a regular job. He is worried because Justine's pregnancy is high risk, and then the kids, add on top of that, them being crazy. She tells him, you just told them stop, don't break their stuff. It's not right to break their stuff. And then you turn right around and you break your stuff. Like, you're not being a good example. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. I am so glad that came out of her mouth in that moment, because, sir, You literally telling them that they need to control their emotions and they need to stop fighting, acting crazy, just for you to turn around and punch a hole in the wall. Like I said, he literally says, I thought it was going to be easier, like easier than this when I got out. Houseway, how did you think that being out in the free world was going to be easy? Even if we take Justine completely out the picture, you still have 4 kids to provide for. So it's given that if you wasn't with Justine, you wouldn't have tried to get custody of all them kids. Cause you seem like if Justine wasn't in the picture, you was probably just finna be out here doing your rap stuff. You can be with this girl, sleep here, be here with your mama, sleep there, and have your means. But since you got into whatever relationship you got into, because when did they get married? Did they get married while he was in jail or after he got out? I can't remember. But you got into this relationship with the woman with just as many kids as you. Boys, I think he had 4, she had 3. Yeah, and now the baby that they just had makes 8, and then the baby that she's pregnant with make 9. You got 4 kids to take care of. She got 3 kids to take care of. You knew this when you was in jail. You married her anyway. It wasn't even like we can date when I get out. Y'all full blown married. And you thought it was going to be easy to provide for a wife and 7 kids when you also keep having babies with this wife and she's high risk, so now she really can't work. Plus, she already got a baby that she needs to take care of. What about that you think would be easy, Michael? And then you moving your family to a more expensive place across the country, and for what? It just be all types of bad decisions, and it'd be annoying. So Justine goes to see her oldest daughter. This daughter is at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I believe the daughter is kind of the reason that made Justine want to move out to Vegas anyway, which tripped me out because I'm like, I feel like the daughter was moving to Vegas to get away from y'all and all of these responsibilities. So for her to follow the daughter out there to Vegas with all of these responsibilities, it really blew me. I'm like, you never better part your lips to ask your daughter to come babysit or nothing. Like, oh, you got some plans this weekend? Help me with your brothers and sisters. Girl, no. Because why did you chase her across the country with all of these daggone kids, leaving some of Michael's kids behind at that? You rather leave kids behind to have run with her to chase another child? Like, it just never makes sense to me. But she meets with the daughter. The daughter is like sitting at the restaurant. She's got her computer out. She's like, are you doing work? She's like, yeah, I'm doing work. That looks like some sorority work. She said, I'm multitasking. I said, oh, how cute. She didn't come out there and, the white sororities, you get in. As soon as you get on campus, they'll let you be a sorority girl. So Justine tells her daughter about, the doctor said that I need to have a will in place and I got to make all these decisions. And if something were to happen to me, as far as my sons go, as far as your brothers, I don't know if their dad would want to take them in. I don't know if he would want to do that. And I wouldn't want Michael to have them because he doesn't really understand Santana. With Santana being on the autism spectrum, she doesn't like the way he talks to Santana. He doesn't understand him. So yeah, I want you to co-parent with him and take care of all these kids with the younger 2. I want you to take on your brothers. Your brothers, them will be your kids. But the 2 little ones, co-parent with Michael for the 2 little ones. Y'all. And my thing is, it's like, aren't you close with your mama? Don't like somebody else. You really telling this to your daughter? So she's like, Mom, I just really wish you would have thought about this more before getting pregnant again. And she's like, did you think, why did you get pregnant again if you knew that it was going to be like this? She's just like, oh, I just feel like, it was something that we both wanted. We both wanted to have more kids. Girl, what? Despite the doctor telling you. Okay, all right. Meanwhile, Michael is also with his oldest daughter, and they are outside shooting some hoops. He's talking to her about the baby as well. She mentions that, 2 of his kids are not there. They're back home, wherever they're from. And she says that she feels like a neglectful parent. And I'm like, didn't in the first episode they said that everybody was under the one roof? It wasn't until this episode that they said that all of his kids wasn't there. But I think. But he lets her know that she is not a parent and she should not feel like a neglectful parent from leaving them. And she's like, yeah, but I've always been there for them. Like, when you was in jail, I was taking care of them kids. And now you moving across the country and I want to get close to you because I'm used to having you there because I'm the oldest. But you left my kids. You left our kids over there. So, yeah. I was like, these kids is checking their parents. These kids is checking their parents. Um, he's talking about how he would never leave them behind. I said, but so you literally left them behind? Like, what? What? His daughter straight up says, Justine is irresponsible for getting pregnant again, and this is scary. She knew the risk. Why would she do that? I'm like, I feel you, but you need to blame your daddy too. Your daddy is the one who shot the club up. He took a part in this. They are both irresponsible for making these decisions and winding up pregnant again. But overall, like I said, these things was their children, getting them in check. Because why would y'all do this? Why? Next, let's get to an even crazier girl, Zaria, okay? Zaria is probably the craziest. Well, Zaria and Bianca. Zaria is going to see her psychic. Y'all remember that psychic? The same one that told her, it ain't gonna all be peaches and cream. She wants Troy to go with her this go around. He don't really want to go, but he said he gonna support her because she has supported him through everything. So Patrice says she is a psychic medium and not a tarot reader. She just uses the tarot as confirmation. I said, get up. Girl, get up. It's giving scammer. It's get up. Get up. Get up. I don't know if I'm going to really believe this lady because I don't know. That's just such an interesting distinction to make because I thought that mediums contact people, right? So psychics say they can predict the future. I'm not well abreast. I have tarot cards I like to practice. I like to read them. I don't read for other people or anything like that. But I would think that I wouldn't want, it just seemed odd. So she's pulling out these cards. Ten of Swords. It means painful endings. This card means you're going to have a lot of unexpected stuff. This card means y'all going to have lots of change. Troy is getting annoyed because he thinks that Patrice is on that BS. I said, I'm with you, Troy. Patrice said, I'm seeing some female drama around you, Troy. Z asks if it's the baby mama. She says no. Z immediately gets upset. She thinks that he's cheating. Yeah, it made me laugh so bad because these started spiraling. She is outside losing it. Let me go if you cheating. Are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me? She is losing it. She's like, well, I was honest about my mess when I was cheating, but you always on the phone texting. I don't know who you're on the phone with and da-da-da-this, da-da-da-da. They go back inside to the psychic, and the psychic is like, girl, relax. I did not say that he was cheating. All I said that there was female energy from the past that is coming up. And so she said, but mostly you guys are going to have a lot of lessons to learn because when you try to hide something, it's all going to come out. I said, baby, that might be the message for you, Zaria, while you worried about Troy being the one she's saying doing dirty. It might be you, honey. She also tells her that she needs to better handle how she reacts to her triggers. I hope Troy got a giggle out of that. I really hope he did because I did. So she apologizes for blowing up and she says she's going to work on the relationship. Girl, work on yourself. Work on yourself, Zaria. Oh my goodness. So they're going to her parents' house. They're having dinner with them. So she's got to pull it together. They ask about the job, and he mentions that, they're all set up. The psychiatrists, we got the staff, we got the space, but the kids are not coming in. We need at least 50 kids so that we can produce data that says that we need grant money and we're going to do the right thing with this grant money. I said, as an aside, when we speak of this grant money, a few people pointed out that at this point, it's not that far from when Troy got out. So this is probably a couple of weeks when Troy got out. Zaria wasn't having no money problems when she picked Troy up and she gave him all that money, the flower tree, she bought him all them clothes, bought him all that stuff. I really hope that girl didn't use that grant money thinking that she could pay herself more than what she could really pay herself. And now she's sitting up here looking crazy. Lord, see, She has not told her parents about the financial struggles because she likes to fix it herself. So, all right. She tells us that she has been seeing a psychic for the past year and that she took Troy with her and that she was triggered. She said that Patrice ain't never been wrong since I've been seeing her for the past year. Her mama was like, girl, that's that witchcraft and you shouldn't be fooling with that. Them parents got into a mini prayer at the table, y'all. It was so funny the way they got into that prayer when she said that she was doing that daggone going to the psychic, y'all. I was cracking up. Z in her confessionals talking about she need to find out who this person is, and she just feel like it's a dark energy. It's a dark energy around them. Baby, the call is coming from inside the house. You are the dark energy, okay? The self-awareness, the lack of self-awareness among the majority of this cast is alarming. It's alarming. Bianca, Zaria, we have no Tina Troy, we did Justine, we did Cam and Joe and Melissa. Brittany and Key-Rock last. They ain't have much going on. We see them in the motel. It's been 30 days since they've been denied. They're talking about how, how long they had to clean up, how it's making them feel like it's jail all over again. Because since they're in government housing, they got to be in by 11 p.m. and they can't have no visitors. His whole family out there, and he worried about if the job that he secured is still going to be there for him when they're able to get out there. Bree, she's not really doing well. She said her stomach hurt from eating all this fast food. Her mental is kind of messed up because she's feeling her PTSD set in because, like I said, they're feeling like they're back in jail. Now, this part confused me because they were headed to her parole officer to see about the approval to get transferred. I said, wait, wasn't it Key-Rock we was waiting to see got transferred at first? So y'all didn't see if either one of y'all could get transferred before y'all made all these plans to go out there. How ridiculous. But the good part is once Key-Rock had resubmitted his request to be able to move, they completely released him from parole altogether. So he's free. He ain't on papers no more. They happy about that. But Bree, she can't be officially off parole or probation, whichever one this is, until she either pays up all of her restitution from the robberies or 2030, the year 2030. So she still has to get approval to be able to move. She goes to see her PO and they denied her. She's outside sad and cursing. They expecting me to get a new life and I hate it here. I want to go. I mean, I feel bad that they can't go and get their fresh start, but at the same time, I don't, because y'all are adults and I'm sure that y'all's PO said straight up, y'all got to get approval for these things. Y'all had to get approval to be able to live together in Key-Rock mama house, didn't it? So the fact that y'all was really just not gonna wait on the approval, y'all was just gonna do whatever y'all was gonna do, ridiculous. They said, parole said that Brittany has to stay with a family member and her name has to be on the lease. I said, I ain't never really heard of all that. And they said, I think they said because the initial address that she gave them, I guess she didn't live there. And I'm like, I was always wondering that, was it planned for her to live with Key-Rock's mama? Because remember when we first met them, Key-Rock was still in jail. Brittany had got out before him, and Brittany was living with Key-Rock's family. She was living with them. So I'm guessing wherever she was supposed to be at didn't work out. And that's when she went to Key-Rock and them family house, and she never transferred the address over to say that's where she's going to be living. So since she didn't, or it somehow became invalid, Now we're not gonna approve your transfer, Miss Lady. So I was just like, ooh, child, child. So she feels like they're giving them the runaround because they're not married, and so they ain't gotta let them live together. I'm thinking that it might end up being a little easier for them to get approved if Key Rock ain't on papers no more. So since they released him, it might be a little bit better. And it seems like they gonna get married because in the previews it shows them dressed up. She was in a white wedding dress and everything. So I'm guessing they're gonna get married and probably see if that helps their case anyway. But y'all, that is it for this review. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, the show wasn't even like it was just so like, oh my God, this, that, and third happening. It was just like the people annoyed me so bad that I knew that I was gonna have to stop and interject television emotions. These ain't my real emotions. These is television emotions. So that's it for this episode, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy it. Y'all have a good weekend. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.